Yo, peace. The 5 elements. Now I want to emphasize the importance of knowing this shit by heart, because this is the only way you're going to be able to activate this shit. If you don't know this shit by heart, if you find yourself having to go to your notebook and look at notes and shit every time you see certain symbols and shit, it ain't gonna work for you. You have to be able to instantly activate this. And the way to instantly activate any technique is to know it by heart. You get what I'm saying? So just giving you a fucking warning. Right now we trespassing, obviously. I'm not sure what this used to be, but this is what it is now. This is the ruins. You know what I mean? This is the aftermath. As you see, graffiti over here. You know what I mean? So let's keep it moving. Yo. So now we discuss fire. What the fuck is fire? What does it have to do with alchemy? What does it have to do with anything other than being something, you know, to warm your food up or warm your house up or, you know what I mean, shit like that? Well, for one, the greatest example of fire is obviously this motherfucker here, the sun. You know what I mean? It's a fireball, basically. Or reflecting the light of a greater sun. I like that phrase better. It's reflecting the light of a greater sun. You get what I'm saying? See, when we deal with fire, we're dealing with the tongue. We're dealing with the word. We're dealing with the gospel. We're dealing with creation. Creation comes from, obviously, your tongue. Your tongue is the most used to manifest. You know what I mean? So I want to actually connect these sciences with a physical body part, as well as make them practical and useful. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking sit here or stand here or walk, fucking talk for fucking 20 minutes and shit, and you don't get anything from it but a lot of fucking words. So the tongue, the word, manifestation, creation, this all deals with fire because it's dealing with new life, spark, essence. You get what I'm saying? We're dealing with desire. We're dealing with, maybe I want to be this one day. Maybe I want to do this. This looks interesting. This is motivation. This inspires me. This is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with this type of energy. You know what I mean? In magic, fire will be used in a candle, which is called candle magic. The purpose of candle magic, or one of the purposes, is to aid in manifestation, as well as, you know, just balancing your overall environment and just setting a ritualistic mood. Because can a ritual really be a ritual without candles? You know what I mean? You got the artificial light on trying to do a ritual, it's not gonna happen. It has to be candles. You get what I'm saying? If you into that kind of shit. But you know, as you should already know, a candle, instead of artificial light in a room, softens the room, you know what I mean? It just makes it way more magical. Way more magical, sorry. So, it makes it way more magical. And you already know this is what this is about. And now we want to touch on basically the chaos. We want to touch on, you know, fire can be destructive as well. Fire can obviously burn shit down if uncontrolled. And eventually all fire dissipates. Because obviously fire can't be fired at all times, or it would be nothing. It would just be burning everything. So it comes and goes as it's needed. So So it just really reminds us that we appear when we need to appear and we disappear when we need to disappear. But nonetheless, the lessons we learn when we appear and when we disappear stick with us. So even though we may be gone from consciousness, we still remain in the souls of all. Feel me? Let's keep it moving. Yo. Now we speak on the water element. Obviously, water serves a greater purpose than just hydrating you. When we speak about the water element, we speak about the blood. Because the blood is your life force. You get what I'm saying? It also deals with emotions. You get what I'm saying? Because when we think about emotions, we tend to think about feminine energy, which goes into water. You get what I'm saying? So when it comes to water and blood just deals with your DNA. You know what I mean? Your genetic code. Who and what you are beyond the surface. This is why when you apply blood to any ritual, especially your own blood, it supercharges the ritual because now it has your own imprint within a ritual as opposed to something you're just, following instructions out of a book. When you implant your own blood into anything, it becomes, in essence, a reflection of you. Because when you think about it, the only time blood is really shed, besides before, is either from a woman's menstrual cycle, which is why women are more spiritual and more spiritually inclined, I would say, because they bleed every month. Men, we don't, so we have to actually cause some fucking pain upon ourselves to get the blood. So we gotta take that extra step when it comes to things like this. Because at the end of the day, emotions are just flow, just energy in motion. And what we aspire to do, we aspire to have control over the emotions. Yeah. So back to the water element. We all move towards mastering our emotions when we live this type of lifestyle. Because that's what it's all about. Emotions are like chaos. And if you are able to master the chaos, you are able to not only cause the chaos at will, but also stabilize it. And the way to stabilize the chaos is through a physical vessel. This is one of the reasons we have a body. Magic wouldn't be magic if we couldn't use it in a physical form. That's what makes it magic. Obviously, it's mental and it's spiritual, but without the physical actually grounding the magic, it doesn't work. You get what I'm saying? This is why people do rituals in the first place. Obviously, if it was all about the mind and you didn't have to use the body, people would do that. But you have to use your body in cohesion with your magic. This is why whatever your art form is, you always apply that to your magic. So if you draw, you draw. If you rap, you rap. If you dance, you dance. You get what I'm saying? Whatever your art form is, you always apply your art form to your rituals, to your spells, whatever it is, because that's unique to you. That's yours. That's the water element, your flexibility, being able to control your muscles. All that deals with the blood, all that deals with the flexibility, all it deals with is mastery over your emotions. Because obviously, dancing is not as easy as just moving your body. You have to have control over it. So let's keep it moving.
Of a man, which means I light up the dark lands. Navigate through the globe was built to withstand any negative energy, cause they can't put no fear in me. I reveal the identity of a tedious enemy. It's what they call envy, was this which misplaced the whole race to left to die in plain fate. Well, the question really answers itself, and it's apparent that the envy is affecting your health. You gotta elevate your mental, discover your true potential, or otherwise be left in hell, claiming you spiritual. So, want you to feel this shit penetrate through your cranium, modern day revelation uplift the whole stadium. While you sitting there mad at yourself, you need to get up off your ass, stop crying for help. Damn. So this rapping thing, I know I finally got it down packed. Slow down, now I'm getting all the right tracks. Hi-hat slapping cause I listen to the fly trap. Shout out, so you know the homies like that. Triple C, part of something big but not officially. It's meant to be, this wasn't planned out for me initially. Meeting certain people, helping my proficiency. A new angle of approach God sent to me. Pop said that I should stop yelling all the time. Future said, homie, calm it down when you rhyme. I relaxed a bit, let it come out easy like a laxative. Lazarus, on the track, I'm coming back to attack. It's a fact I'm wearing black, distracting, extract, cause I'm strapped and the knowledge in college to polish and demolish. All rhymers get hit with these four-liners, get Alzheimer's, forgetting and they become old-timers. Shout.
Yo, now we go into the air element. The first thing about air is, obviously, is connected to our breath. Without breath, there is no consciousness. So the air element deals with breath, it deals with consciousness, it deals with thought. You get what I'm saying? It deals with sound. You know what I mean? Whatever music I have playing in the background, I'll change it at this point, and you will be able to see how a simple change of music completely alters the feel of the video. You get what I'm saying? So when we're dealing with the breath, when we're dealing with being able to control your thoughts, which is only basically controlling these elements that I'm going through right now. That's really all it is, to simplify it. Because at the end of the day, when we're dealing with the air element, obviously it's dealing with things that's already all around us. Every time we take a breath in, we are breathing more than just oxygen. It's information, and it's dependent on what type of information you're open to. This is really what divination is. It's really just inhaling air and just being in the environment and being able to sort through information and pick up on the information you're trying to pick up on and weed out everything else. You get what I'm saying? And this goes into time. This goes into manipulating time, because when you are controlling your thoughts, when you are thinking so deep to the point where it raises your body temperature, the air element comes into play as it balances the fire and the air, the fire and the water, I mean. Because you can think about cooking on the stove. You got water in the pot, and you got the fire in the bottom, and it creates the vapors, the air. If the air wasn't being created, the water would just keep on getting hot. So the vapors are created to stabilize the whole thing so that there isn't a problem. You get what I'm saying? So the air stabilizes the fire and the water and creates a whole nother element. So it brings stability to the previous two elements while creating a whole new element at the same time. You get what I'm saying? So it has attributes of the fire and it has attributes of the water. The aggressiveness of the fire as well as the flexibility of the water. This is why wind is able to just flow in any fucking direction it wants to and be as aggressive or gentle as it wants to. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, the air element could be considered the most important or the least important, depending on how you look at it. It's all up to you. Let's keep it moving. Yeah. Now we deal with the earth element. The earth element relates to the disc, which is basically a cipher full of information, a sphere full of information. Just like, you know, you may have heard of, you know, they used to use floppy disk. Now they use like SD cards and all these things. These are basically preservers of information. You put the shit on the flash drive or whatever the case may be, and you can use it on a different computer. It's the same information. This relates to the mind. This relates to what the body is. Because the body is the most supreme level of technology there is. Period. There is nothing greater than the human body on this planet. And we can even rival the universe in terms of physically, because there is a universe within the body itself. The body is a universe in and of itself. We are the microcosm of the macrocosm. You get what I'm saying? So we are already spaceships. We are the spaceships. We are the macabres. What do you think we're doing right now? See, even though it seems plain and average and everyday, we don't really realize the depth of what we're really doing here. Because if it's all mental, if everything's in the mind, then what the fuck are we doing right now? If your mind is inside of you and outside of you, what the fuck are we doing right now? Are we not still in space? Are we not walking on the surface of the planet and the planet is in space? And our vehicles are operating, because without these bodies we couldn't occupy this space, correct? The same reason, the same way, if you didn't have a flying spaceship, you couldn't get to this planet. If you were from this planet, you need a fucking spaceship, or that's what they lead you to believe. Just, you know, giving an analogy. So, when we're dealing with the earth, when we're dealing with preserving information, when we're dealing with primordial information, your original self, your first self, when we're dealing with information of this caliber, it always has to be preserved. This is why when we were younger, if we were poets, we writ down our poetry. If you were a dancer, you dance. You implanted certain, you know, frequencies within your body to never forget those moves. So even if you ain't dancing like a year, you still remember your moves because it has been firmly implanted. If you make beats, you produce, you have all type of records within your systems. And if you did graffiti, if your art is still standing, you're still able to see it. So whenever you're dealing with the earth, you're dealing with preservation. You're dealing with something that will outlive you. So if it's going to outlive you, obviously it's timeless. So what is it that's really timeless? Is it really the body? Or is it really the mind, or what the body creates? That's something we can ponder on. Because all we see is earth. See, no people, but whatever the fuck was here before this is what's still here. Earth. This is why when you live this lifestyle, it's imperative that you plan and you structure your lifestyle. There's things you should be doing every day. Even if you like to, know a little bit about everything, it still should be some type of foundation, some type of structure that you're building on top of. Because if there is no structure, you're going to always end up in the same place. This is why you have a lot of people that know a lot of things, but haven't really mastered anything. Jack of all trades, master of none. Pretty sure we've all heard that. It's better to be a master at something than to be good at a bunch of things. Because whatever it is that you mastered, that's what's going to supply, the income to your way of life. If dancing is how you survive every day, how you feed your family, you're a dancer, then that's something obviously you have to do on a daily basis, because it's more than just a hobby. And this lifestyle should be more than a hobby. This should be something that's eternal. This should be something that's timeless, something that you would love to pass on and receive from the elders. All this is dealing with the earth element, so let's keep it moving. Yeah. Last but not least, the spirit element. Some call it the spirit element, some call it the wood element, some call it the chaos element. Regardless of what you call it, it deals with stabilization of the other four elements, as well as the source of the other four elements. This is why it's called the spirit. It's what connects all four elements together, as well as the middle man or whatever, and how these elements can transform into one another. So the spirit element deals with electricity. It deals with that which brings us all together in such a small space, compression. Because you can see there's plenty of shit. Rocks, dirt, little weeds and shit, trees. Obviously, people in cars and shit. It's a lot of shit going on in such a small space. So many animals, so many types of species, fish, all types of everything, all occupying such a small space. This is what the spirit element does. It deals with compression, how the same one element can exist within every element simultaneously, yet be none of them at all. Like, you can't really see it. You won't be able to perceive the spirit like just with the naked eye, just looking at it. The spirit is formless. Spirit can take on whatever form it needs to take on at any given time. So we're dealing with pure chaos, we're dealing with pure formless, we're dealing with pure, just purity, period. Pure light, pure dark, whatever the case is. Because the chaos dissolves the illusions. Sometimes, we get caught up, whether it be in drugs, fucking romance, life, problems, stress, money, whatever the case is. Whenever we start to get, sucked into some shit, we always know that we can channel the chaos element to stop anything before we get too deep into the hole. We have the ability to call upon the chaos at will. And that's just you expressing yourself, whatever it is, and however you express yourself. When you express yourself, you are releasing the spirit element, the chaos element, and you are influencing your reality. Because by you expressing yourself, you're going to feel better. Even if your situation didn't necessarily approve, you're going to feel better. And just by you simply feeling better, your reality will change because you no longer feel a certain way. It's funny how when you feel fucked up, life just goes fucked up. And when you feel fine, life goes fine. But there's always something that kind of switches back and forth, trying to knock you off. But if you counteract and prevent that, you can be in control of it. So let's keep it moving.
Yo, so that's what the fuck it is. Just breaking down the elements and shit. If y'all really appreciate this, then I'll make videos more often. You know what I mean? I'll go deeper into the occult. Y'all just let me know however y'all want to play it. You get what I'm saying? And just, you know what I mean? Just be real, be true. And look deeper into everything in life. Look deeper into yourself. Look deeper into everybody else. Just look deeper into your own mind. This is all our minds. You get what I'm saying? Every little thing matters. Every little thing counts. Every little dream, like all that. All that's for us to take advantage of and to learn more about who and what we really are beyond just individuals and, you know, human beings. So y'all just let me know how y'all feeling it. Peace. Hotep, hotep, hotep.